Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm gonna be doing a movie review on this comedy movie released in the year 1983, and this review is on Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom stars Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd, and Terry Garr, and of course, yeah, Jeffrey Tambor is in the film too. But anyway, so in this movie, we follow a guy named Jack who works as an automobile engineer to be exact. And this movie takes place like during like the 1980s recession, and so we follow Jack, played by Michael Keaton, who works as an automobile engineer, but then he gets fired from his job. So when his wife Caroline finds a job before he does, they switch roles, placing him in the unfamiliar position of a homemaker and caretaker of their three children. And of course, Jack is basically working as a stay-at-home dad, like in the film. And so he embarks upon a series of misadventures from navigating grocery store trips to playing poker games with housewives. Jack and Caroline must figure out the ways of their new roles while maintaining their relationship. And yeah. So I actually watched this movie this morning after watching Serial Mom. I actually watched this movie after watching the of what I just said, but yeah, I also watched Mr. Mom this morning as well on Amazon. And even though the title is called Mr. Mom, of course, even though the title does seem a little bit like Mother's Day in a way, this movie kind of felt more like a movie to watch on Father's Day. Even though I already have something planned for Father's Day this year, like something to watch for Father's Day, but this is not that movie because I just watched it, and because even though this movie did feel more like a Father's Day movie, I decided to give it a watch today anyway. So yeah, so my opinion on this film, I honestly thought like this movie did get 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think there are some of you guys out there who weren't really big fans of this film, but for me, I actually quite liked it. I thought it was like a great movie, and I thought it did have some pretty funny scenes here and there. Like some of the scenes I thought were kind of funny in a way. Well, and sure, yeah, there are some cringeworthy scenes here and there. Like there are some like cringy scenes here and there. But those cringy scenes I thought were tolerable in my opinion. I didn't really mind them. But I think when it comes to the humor in this movie, there are some times where the humor does get pretty stupid, but some of it's pretty funny while at the same time not much. But I thought Mr. Mom I thought was a decent film, and it's decent, and of course I like it too. It's great. And believe it or not, guys, this movie was actually written by John Hughes. Yeah, and maybe that kind of does explain the comedy in this film. Like, John Hughes who actually wrote this movie. And the movie's not even that long either. It's only like, yeah, like, almost like 91 minutes. So it's kind of a very short movie, so yeah. But I thought the performances in this film, I thought the acting performances, I thought the acting wasn't that bad in this film. I thought Michael Keaton, I thought did pretty good as Jack, of course. I thought Michael Keaton, and plus believe and actually, guys, this movie, Mr. Mom, is actually the very first lead role that Michael Keaton ever played in a movie. Even though this is not really his first movie he was in, because he's been in those like three other films before this film, and but this is actually his first time in a lead role, believe it or not. Like, yeah. And yeah, Michael Keaton, I thought was great in the film, and I always liked Michael Keaton, and Christopher Lloyd was also in the film too, and yeah, I thought Christopher Lloyd, like, he was there for the most part. He did pretty good. And yeah, Jeffrey Tambor was also in the film too. Back when he was really young in this film, and he looked young, like Jeffrey Tambor in this film, he was very when he was very young. And some of the settings too, like during the grocery store scenes, it kind of did look pretty, it did look kind of like, I think the way this movie is shot, of course, like the filming to this film, like during like the grocery store scenes, like during the middle of the film, it's actually handled like pretty well in a way or something like that. Even though I always say that, but that's just me. And this movie was actually originally released by 20th Century Fox Studios, but newer versions of the film are released by MGM. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, so yeah. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say about Mr. Mom, so I mean it's like I said, even though the title does sound a little Mother's Day related, this movie is actually more like a Father's Day movie. Even though even though I just watched it, I have something else planned for Father's Day this year. I mean, yeah, like just trying to think of something good to watch for Father's Day this year. But either way, regardless, this was a great movie in my opinion. It was funny, and yeah. So there you have it, guys. That's gonna be. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So overall, Mr. Mom I thought was great and funny, and I'm gonna give Mr. Mom 4 stars out of 5. So yeah, like if you haven't seen Mr. Mom yet, then I say I recommend it. Like even if you're bored one day, then I say this is a good one to check out if you're bored one day. Maybe watch it for Father's Day if you want, but you can watch it anytime. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Mr. Mom. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.